Hallo iedereen, ik ben Samantha en welkom op het kanaal. So today here with us is Marissa Damink, a Dutch athlete that has won for 7 times the Dutch Student Nationals. She has also participated in the Dutch Nationals, winning 3 times the bronze medal and 2 times the silver medal. She has represented the Netherlands in the European Championships last year in Norway. Let's go and meet her.
Marissa Damink.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Me too.
So I'm Marissa. I've been doing track and field since 2014 as well. I do 800 meters, sometimes 400, but mostly 800 meters. And I live close to Amsterdam.
Right now, what are you? Well, you finished with your studies?
Yeah. I'm going to work part-time from next week. I train 10 times a week, so that takes a lot of time as well.
How do you manage your life as an athlete and now your working life or your life as a student in the past?
Yeah, I train close to home, so that helps a lot. And then I always train in the morning, and then early in the morning, and then start my day early, so I have time for another training in the evening. But it's a lot of time management.
You said that you run the 800. That's your specialty?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I sometimes run a 400, for the speed, and sometimes a 1500, to get a feeling for the longer distance. But yeah, it's mostly 800.
How did you start with track and field? Why did you decide to run?
At first I played field hockey, but I had a knee injury, so I had to stop playing hockey. And then, I wanted to do something, so I started running, and then it turned out that I was pretty fast, so I just kept running. And now I'm really happy that I made that choice, because it brought me a lot of new friends and a lot of good experience.
How long did it took you to learn how to run the 800?
Okay, I think something like 3 years or something like that. It's a really slow progress because, of course, you have to get the feeling, because you get a lot of pain in your legs. You have to get used to that feeling, but it's also a bit tactical. So you have to be very aware of yourself and of the other people, the other runners, and just know what you want to do and what you can do at any moment.
I also run the 800, but it's not my strongest event.
Yeah.
And once I was in the start line, and I remember that I gave a step before the gunshot, and I was afraid that they were going to disqualify me, but they didn't. So I think it's not that important in the 800.
No, I think they're pretty easy on false starts. What other events do you do?
The 400 is my favorite one. I love it. And also the 100.
Nice. I'm really terrible with the blocks, so that's why I don't run shorter distances.
A lot of technique.
Yeah.
Tell me about your career as an athlete, you have won several championships, right?
Yeah. So I started running 6 years ago. And then after 2 years, I was third at the national championships. And then from that moment on, I was on the stage every year. So that was pretty cool after 2 years of running. Yeah, I already became quite fast. And then last year, I also ran the European Championships. I also did some races in Greece, and I do a lot of races in Belgium and Germany, but that's pretty close, of course. Yeah, so since 1 or 2 years, it's been a bit international. Before that, it was just in the Netherlands.
Did you expect it to be that good?
Oh, no. No, not at all, actually. At first, I started running just because I really liked it. Yeah, I trained 4 times a week and 3 or 4 times, and then it slowly started building up. So now I train 10 times a week. But I think the most important thing is that you really like doing it, and then, you can get better. But even if you don't get better, if you really like it, it's fine, So I think that's very important.
Tell me about that race where you ran your PB. How was it?
It was very hot. For us, I think 30 degrees is already very hot. But I think it was like 35 or something like that. And the first lap was in 1 minute and 2 seconds, and then I ran the second lap in almost the same time. So it was almost a flat race. So normally there's quite a lot of difference between the first and the second lap, but for me, in my PB race, there wasn't a lot of difference.
When you saw the time, how did you feel?
I didn't see the time at first because the clock stopped at the first runner, and I was second. But yeah, I didn't really expect it to be a PB because of the heat, and the first lap was quite slow. But it felt really good, and I was just very happy, but also very tired. The first thing I think about when crossing the finish line is how much my legs hurt, and after that I start thinking about the time.
Just for you to know, here I live in Sonora. It's near Arizona, and here, it's a desert, and our average temperature is around 40 degrees.
Oh. This week in the Netherlands it's like 35, something like that. Yeah, so that's really hot, and but people are really complaining. People are buying air conditioning and stuff.
How is striking in the Netherlands? Because I think it's very different from here. Universities have teams, or you have to join a club?
Yeah, you have to join a club. Universities don't have teams at all. But a lot of universities have student clubs, so you can join one of them, and then sometimes there's a team event. But it's mostly just join the club and run races.
Do you have a favorite place to run?
I would like to run again in Flagstaff, where I was on training camp. We went to Sedona, and it's a really beautiful road to go there. And then from the track you had a view on the mountains. So I think that was the best track I ever ran in.
can you remember one time that you run or maybe train and the conditions were like very bad? Maybe raining, snowing, I don't know.
Yeah, we have a lot of rain. Well, from October to December, we have a lot, like, I think rain every day. So there's a lot of it. And also some days where the track is a bit flooded, so you can't really run. But yeah, we go there anyway, or maybe sometimes run on the grass if it's not possible. But we also had a training once where there was snow on the track. So then we couldn't run, but we gathered 1 hour earlier at the track, and then we all took a shovel to get the snow from the track. It took us 1 hour, and then we could run on it.
Is it usual to run with snow?
No, I think there's only snow like 3 or 4 weeks a year.
So, what are your goals right now?
Well, for this year, of course it's a bit difficult because at first there were going to be no races at all, and now there are some races. And nationals are in 2 weeks. Yeah, so I hope to win a medal again there, but well, my preparations this year were not that good because I didn't expect any races. So I'm not really sure about my position right now.
How did the pandemic affect you in your training?
Well, it was quite difficult because when it started and the races were cancelled and you couldn't train on the track anymore. So yeah, it was quite difficult, but we could still go to the forest and run there. So we were allowed to do quite a lot of stuff, but just on your own and not on the track. So then I started a bit of winter training with a lot of distances and long and endurance stuff. It was pretty good actually, but then all of a sudden we could race again, and I wasn't ready because I was just running in the forest all the time. So yeah, it was a big influence.
But you said that you have a race last week or something.
Yeah.
And you how did it went in that competition?
Well, actually it was pretty good. I won, and the time was also quite good. But well, it was still 4 seconds away from my PB. So yeah, I hope to be faster in the next coming weeks.
How fast would you like to be? Do you have like a time that you want to make next in the next race that you have?
Yeah, on the short term, I want to run like 2:2 or 2:3. But in the long term, I think the goal is to run below 2 minutes.
Do you have any ritual before a race?
I always eat half a banana. I think 20 minutes before my start, and I don't even like bananas. It's just that I think it's good for some sugar and some energy. So I always do that, but well, maybe I'm going to stop because I kind of I don't really like to eat it.
And do you listen to music? Or
no, not really actually. No, I always kind of like the atmosphere on the track, so I'm really looking at some races before my own and talking to other people. And, like, I'm not closing myself off from for the event.
My friends in the team told me that they wanted to know how to say some words in Dutch.
Okay.
And well, the first one is the stick of the relays. How do you call it?
Estafettestokje.
Oh, it's quite similar in Spanish.
Oh.
Estafeta.
Oh yeah, yes, it's quite similar. Yeah.
The block.
Start block.
How does the judges give you the start?
So for sprinting, it's like atleten gereed maken, op uw plaatsen, klaar en dan bang.
En sus marcas, listos, fuera.
Okay.
And how do you call the spikes?
Spikes. Just yeah.
And the last one, my coach want to know how will you say my coach is in Mexico?
My coach is in Mexico.
Say it in English. Can you repeat?
Yeah, my coach is in Mexico.
It's hard to English.
Yeah, it is. all the simple words are really very similar to English. It's only when you get, the more traditional words that it's really Dutch, or more complex words that you can really know that it's Dutch. But all the simple words, or all the kind of new words, they're pretty much from the English.
I thought that it was similar to German, not to English.
No, that's right. It's from origin. It's like a German. We call it Germaans. So it's a bit older, but it's similar to German. Yeah. But the new words are from English. Yeah.
I think that's all my questions.
Okay.
Have any question for me? I don't know.
Yeah. What? How is track like training and racing now for you with the pandemic and stuff?
Well, here everything is closed.
Yeah.
Since March, and we haven't been able to train at all.
Oh.
We are training by ourselves in our houses.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a spinning bike, and that's why I am not maintaining my conditioning.
Yeah, but it must be difficult.
The other day, I said, well, I'm going to run in the street, and and I realized that I had lost most of my condition.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's really bad that this is happening right now, and also that there's a lot of difference between countries and what you can do and can't do.
Would you like to add something else? I don't know, an advice for the athletes that might see us?
Yeah, well, like I said before, I think the most important thing is to like what you're doing and to have fun. And then if you have some talent, or you work very hard, you can become very good. So, but I think the most important thing is to like it.
Well, thank you very much for your time and to have this interview. It was very nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you as well. Thank you. Bye.